How do you define success? For most of us, an Ivy League education, high-ranking career, and six-figure salaries seems pretty successful. Yet for Christy Rutherford, it all seemed fleeting until her faith led her to a life of true fulfillment. For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? I'm Claudia Parker, and this is Christy Rutherford's story on 5 Minutes of Faith.
Hi, my name is Christy Rutherford, Women's Leadership and Success Coach, here to spend 5 minutes of faith with Claudia Parker. Right now, I reside in Washington, D.C., but I'm from Union, South Carolina. I'm a Harvard Business School alumna, also Executive Leadership Coach certified from Georgetown University. In my career, spent 16 and a half years in the U.S. Coast Guard, became the 13th African-American woman to make commander in its 225-year history. But if you understand the federal government, you'll understand that I left with 3.5 years left to retire. So I'm here today to talk about how I found God, or better yet, how He found me in my trouble. I was a non-believer for nearly 20 years. You want to label it something, call it atheism. I actually picked up a National Geographic in the 8th grade and started to study evolution. I just had some challenges with how the church was run. I didn't see what was being taught demonstrated in the actions of people, so it was kind of easy for me to shift over into just not believing in anything for nearly 20 years until I started to get into trouble. And, being hypocritical, I would call on God, hey, get me out of this, and He would show up, and then I wouldn't believe again. It's, hey, God, I have arthritis, I'm 25, I'm almost in a wheelchair. He showed up, I got healed, I didn't believe again. I remember the day clearly. And I remember laying in the bed, my ankle had exploded with arthritis, so I can't walk. I'm hysterical because my six-figure career, my successful career that I had built for nearly 16 years is starting to go through my fingers like sand, and I don't really understand what's happening. Clear as day, somebody said to me, put your gloves down, Christy, it's time to stop fighting. I said, okay. Now, I don't know who I'm talking to, but I said, okay, and I felt peace come across my body, and I knew then that I had to resign from my career, or other words, it was not going to go well for me. So I put in my resignation letter and then started the journey of learning about who God was and all of the things that He had done for me. And it's a scripture that says He will never leave you nor forsake you. And what's interesting about finally hearing the voice, over time, as I didn't have the competing voices of chaos and stress, I started to look back. He had been there the whole time. When it got down to it, what I really learned about myself is I was praying for shallow things. Lord, send me a man. I want this new car, or I want this promotion, or I want these things. But when I was down to nothing, you know what I want? I want to be healthy again. I want my mental health back. I want my physical health back. I want to love myself. I want to be closer to my family. I want to have peace. I want to have joy. All those things that were given at birth, I gave them up to achieve success, only to find that success didn't feel like I thought it was going to feel. And now I come back to just the basics. So those are the things that I started praying for. Now I have to go out and share that insight with all the world. So it's a scripture that says, when thou art converted, strengthen thy brethren. There are so many people and so many women and men in general working themselves to death for external things. And at the end of the day, is it really worth it? So I had to learn that myself, but being a successful woman and coming back and sharing this insight with other people is typically received. As people either change through inspiration or desperation. I changed through desperation. My goal is to inspire women to change before they get to that desperate part. Right now, my goal is to assist women with living a life of total fulfillment. I do that through keynote speaking, writing books, coaching, leadership training, and other means. I have 8 books, 5 #1 bestsellers that were written in 8 months. Right now I'm on a corporate feminology tour where we're doing corporate feminology experiences, small groups of women in homes. I have 5 keys to unleash your greatest potential, which are events that I'm doing in several cities, and also a book writing workshop. So I have a lot going on, but really at the end of the day, it's about getting women to live in their fullest potential. One of my favorite questions that I ask people is, are you who you are, or are you who life made you? One of the things that I've learned through my faith walk is you don't have to look for the light. You are the light. You don't have to look for what you already are. It's just covered by life, bad experiences, bad bosses, bad relationships, your negative past, you don't have to look for the light. You are the light. You don't have to look for peace. You have peace. You don't have to look for joy. You have joy. You don't have to look for love. You are love. Everything that you want and everything that you seek is already within you, but it's just buried under what life has done to you. So do some digging, work on your faith. I invite you to join the journey. You deserve to live a life of total fulfillment, and it is waiting for you. Just go get it.